to build a consistent lead flow wholesaling business in 2023. Hey guys, it's Rick Ginn, and today's video, I'm going to show you how to consistently master your marketing so you don't have any more downtime. And the key is to never stop marketing. But you see, consistency, I find to be one of the biggest problems with wholesalers. And today I want to show you how to solve the consistency problem and how to become a marketing magician. But before I get into it, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button. You hit that subscribe notification button to continue to receive the absolute best information on wholesaling today. So I said it, the key to consistency always lies in marketing, because marketing is, you got to look at marketing like the blood in your body. If you don't have blood moving through your body, you don't have to worry about anything else. You don't have to worry about eating. You don't have to worry about sleeping, nothing. Because if you don't have blood running through your body, you don't exist. The same thing in wholesaling. So if marketing is the key to consistency in getting deal flows, getting profit, and maximizing it, then we've got to figure out how to nail it down. Now, how to do it is honestly one of the hardest parts of wholesaling, and I want to break it down for you right here in this video. So there's an old saying, show me your daily habits and I can easily predict your future. And that statement is never more true than now, because honestly, what you do on a daily basis will build your future, and especially in wholesaling. And it's never been more true now than ever. And if you're like, I don't believe that, do me a favor, take a pen, take a pad, write down what you do from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed. And I promise you, you have a repeating pattern. Might be good, some of it might be bad, but if I know exactly what that is, I can tell you exactly where you're going. So let's face it, most of you are struggling in this area. It's why you're watching the video. So we have to look at our daily patterns, our habits, and we're going to have to make changes to create a consistent marketing for our wholesaling business in 2023. And this is how it starts. Number one, you have to understand the basic rule of consistency in wholesaling, and it's never stop marketing. We're all guilty of stop marketing. I've done it. I know you've done it. And the reality is you start marketing, you start talking to sellers, you write contracts, you win under contract, and then you get busy in the transactional process. And then maybe 2 or 3 months goes by and you want to know why you don't have any leads, because you're extremely inconsistent and you stopped marketing. Rule number one, never ever stop marketing. The second feature you have to understand to become extremely consistent in marketing in your wholesaling business is you have to become a list ninja. And what do I mean by that? You have to be really good at finding the best lists that are going to have the most ideal conditions for a motivated seller. Once you understand the art of becoming a list ninja and you're never going to stop marketing, these two techniques right here are the key to opening up the consistency in your wholesaling business in 2023. Let me walk you through it. So one of the biggest questions I get is, Rick, how do I become a consistent marketer like you? And I'm going to walk you through how to do it manually, and I'm going to show you how long you have to do it for, and then I'll walk you through the steps for it. So first, I'm going to have to force you to become consistent. Yes, I use the word force, and I don't use that often, but the reality is your daily habits are not allowing you to be consistent. So we're going to have to make a change. How do we make a change? When you're doing something that you have no idea and you've never done it before, and you want to make a positive change, you are going to have to come up with a plan. Your plan for consistent marketing in wholesaling in 2023 is called a marketing schedule. That's right. You have to sit down and commit and write a marketing schedule. And all you have to do in the beginning is define your macros. How many prospects do you need on a list? And how many people do you need to attempt to contact? And what is your goal to actually contact and set appointments? Once you define that part of it, you can basically set up a calendar. You can set up an Excel. You can use Word. I don't complicate this. Honestly, you can just use a notepad. It's really not complicated. What I need you to do right now, you can stop the video, which I think would be the best place right here, and create a marketing schedule. Start with your goals for a month, and they've got to be a push. They can't be unattainable, but they can't be really lofty and easy. Otherwise, you're going to wind up in your same old self. So once you have that marketing schedule, I want you to write it down. Assume you have a 30 days in a month. So at this point, you break down weekly, and then your weekly should break down the daily. And then if you really want to micromanage it, you can get down to blocks of time. So like from 10 to 12, you're doing cold calls 6 or 7 days a week, however you want to do it. This schedule, once you set it, now you can start to force what we call consistency. Consistency is never going to come naturally. You have to practice it. It is no different than going into the gym or practicing any other sport or learning any other type of hobby. You're going to have to set time, and you're going going to have to hold yourself accountable. You see, without the marketing schedule, you're not accountable. And then you just randomly do stuff and you have random success. And then this is why you are watching this video. So to get consistency, the first thing you have to do is you're going to have to force it. We are going to create a marketing schedule. Go ahead and start that right now. Now, the really cool part about the marketing schedule is you can write it out and make yourself accountable. A lot of people tell you, oh, it's 21 days to create a habit. No, in marketing, it takes 90 days to even have a shot at it. You're going to have to do this for 3 months, 90 days to learn how to be consistent. This is not a 21-day program. Why? Because I've tried it. You're going to have to force yourself with willpower to do this. And once you start doing this, you're going to start to create a habit. And once you create a habit, it's going to be part of your life and it won't be by force. But the first 90 days, it is all by force to create consistency. So let's get into it. So now that you know how to do forced consistency, let's talk about and simplify how you do your lead flow. I'm going to be honest with you, most of you way overcomplicate this. You're trying to use advanced guru strategies. Listen, you just need to get a deal and you need to get going to build consistency. So how do we do it? We have to simplify. If it's too complicated, you won't do it. And stop listening to people with all these advanced, ridiculous strategies. I'm telling you, the simpler you make wholesaling, the better your results are going to be. So let's talk about lead flow types. A lot of you guys are like overcomplicating your list of like, you're looking for stacked lists where there's multiple pain points. I love that. But in the real world, you're probably not going to get enough leads if you're looking for multiple pain points because there's only so many leads and so many people in a market. So simplify your list and stop. If you have to use a fancy software program or a third-party service to figure out your leads and how to do them, you're probably already in trouble. Simplify this. Guys, I did this on pad and paper for 5 years without even using a computer. I know different time, different age, I'm old. But I'm telling you, the more complicated things got, the less marketing I did. So rule number one, when you're doing your lead flow is make it simple to where you can understand it at like a third grade level. So if you're trying a complicated strategy, you're not getting results and it's frustrating you, that is a sign that you're making this business way too complicated. Simplify your lead flow process. Let me show you how to do it. So here's a simple strategy that I've evolved over the years, and this is for people that are single operators, and it works really well because let's face it, you're in charge of everything. You got to schedule everything out. I do a 3-month rotation with 3 lists. This is the easiest way to start it, and you won't screw this up because it's super simple. Let me explain it to you. So the first thing we do is create 3 lists you are absolutely most confident in. And honestly, one of those lists has to be a high volume thing, either through listrei.com, use batch, whatever you want, but create 3 lists. Let me give you an example. High equity, code violation, and a driving for dollars list. The driving for dollars list is kind of your manual leads list where you throw in any property that you think has the potential of having a deal, and you got to work on those lists. So once you have 3 lists, it's just an example, you can replace them with anything. Is now I'm going to show you how to do the 3-month cycle. So you have 3 lists, and then you're going to have 3 mediums to deliver your marketing message to your motivated sellers. And I use the 3 most common lists. You don't have to have 3, but I'm just giving you an idea how you can do it. Cold calling, SMS texting, and then a direct mail or a manual mail piece, or maybe you call it a sticky note on the door. So you have 3 different points of contacts. I am not a big fan of sending the same piece of mail 3 times to the same person. Honestly, you're trimming your marketing budget by 66% when you do that. And I've done this long enough that you need to find motivated sellers. You need to keep the marketing moving and not just use one marketing medium. So an example on this, list number 1, my high equity list. I first start out cold calling them. So I have to skip trace it. So I already have their phone number. 30 days, I go through it however long it takes you. Next step to step 2, I already have their phone number. So now I'm going to send them an SMS text. That's perfect. That's a 30-day follow-up on that. And then if I don't catch them by then, I usually send them out like a postcard and I put them in my direct mail sequence. That's it. Now, every 30 days, you rotate in another list. The next one is my code violation list. So once you've scrubbed that list and you've figured out who the owners are, you can skip trace it. Then you get their phone number, you do a cold call, you do an SMS text and do a direct mail. And then you add all your manual leads, driving for dollars, networking leads, whatever it is. And then you just keep this rotation. So every 30 days, you're rotating your list. Is simplify it. Guys, this is just an example and this is a basic strategy, but most of you are using one marketing medium and because some guru 5 years ago told you, you got to send them 3 pieces of mail to even motivate them. I'm just telling you, you're better off mixing and matching, doing a 90-day program like I just explained to you than doing those old school techniques. At some point, you will catch someone either on a text, a phone call, or a piece of direct mail. It's up to you to try to engage them. So basically, it's 3 lists over 3 months, 30 days, and you can rotate them out. And why I like this, because it coincides with the quarters of a year. So there's 4 quarters in a year. Each quarter is 3 months. This is a simplified process. Now, I want you to understand this. You're just trying to get your first few deals. I'm not giving you a 10-year advanced marketing strategy. You need to start this now. I find that most of you try to take on way too many lists, way too many marketing mediums, and you can't figure out the rotation because the math doesn't work out. And then you bought someone's program and they said, you got to do this, you got to stack. And I'm just telling you, when you feel overwhelmed, you stop marketing and you screw up consistency really bad. So take on each new marketing piece and marketing medium one at a time and master it. Once you get 3 in place and you're getting productive, keep adding 1. I'd rather you add 1 every couple months than try to start off with 9 and be overwhelmed and get nowhere. You see, if you break it down in small manageable pieces, it's really easy to figure out how to become consistent. You will not be consistent if you start out with 9 different things because you don't know how to do 9 different marketing techniques, and you're going to frustrate yourself and you're going to have a massive inconsistency in your marketing wholesale business. So now we know the rules to get started to create a consistent marketing plan. We have a basic template to start a 90-day cycle, and we understand we're best bringing in 1 list at a time and mastering it. And then once we get deal flow off of it, we get appointments and leads, then we can look in adding more on there. If you want to learn on all the different types of lead flows and marketing lists, you can go over to freewholesaling.com. We go into grave detail and show you how to do this 100% for free. So remember, if you don't create a marketing schedule, you can't be accountable. And if you're not accountable, you can't be consistent. You just have to understand that. If you avoid the task of writing a marketing schedule, if I ask you, hey, what's your marketing schedule? And you tell me you don't know, I know you have inconsistency in your marketing and your wholesaling business in 2023. If you truly want to change it, create a marketing schedule and make yourself accountable. And honestly, if you can't tell yourself the truth, how are you going to tell me the truth or anybody else who wants to help you out in this business? To create consistent results, you have to have a plan and you have to hold yourself accountable. In the beginning, we're going to force you to do it the first 90 days, but here's the really cool part. Once you decide to change your daily habits and force yourself to create this marketing schedule, this amazing thing will happen after 90 days. You're going to build a discipline muscle, and discipline is what supports consistency, regular deal flow, because once you become extremely consistent, it's because the discipline supports the consistency. And honestly, without discipline, it is impossible to get consistency. The only way to get the discipline is to change your daily habits with a marketing schedule. Make yourself accountable. Guys, if you truly want consistent deal flow in your 2023 wholesaling business, you've got to change those daily habits and do exactly what I tell you in this video. It's not complicated. It's easy. It's going to feel awkward at first, and it's going to force you to look at your business, but it will give you the direction you need to fix your consistency problem. Guys, let me know in the comments, are you using a schedule like this to create consistent deal flow in your wholesaling business? Let me know in the comments. And guys, if you got value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, you hit that subscribe button to continue to receive the best information on wholesaling today. Guys, this is Rick Ginn. I'll see you in the next video.